right, groovy people, how we feeling on a very toasty Tuesday here in the Bay? Man, it's been heating up. Tony, here comes summertime. That's what people around the country don't realize. Our summer kicks in September, October, gets hotter than hell. I have like a lot of memories, shout out Kiss, hotter than hell, of course, but I also have memories, Tony, of sitting in Candlestick Park, Section 54, like the first couple of games on the schedule in September, October usually would be hotter than hell. Candlestick could get underrated hot, Tony. You feel me on that? Like if you're just sitting in that sun, not like Levi's hot, but hot enough to burn a brother. You know what I'm saying?
100%, dude. Yes. And you could get cooking in the seats. I loved either like those really sunny days or when you'd get a rainy game at Candlestick, dude. I like both extremes at the stick, man. You can't lose either way. And dude, I gotta say, right out of the gates, Paulie, tip of the cap to your Chargers. They came through. This might be a year. This might be a year for the Chargers, buddy.
I think there's a changing of the guard that's going to be kind of unfolding. And again, this is all provided that everyone stays healthy, right? Like if Herbert goes down the way Burrow went down, all bets are off. But if they can stay healthy, you see, this is what Harbaugh does, man. He turns defenses into roving packs of savages. You know what I mean? The offense, and I'm telling you, they got a ground game in Najee Harris. They have a premier quarterback. They have weapons on offense. I just think that it's time. I think there's a new team in town, and it's the LA Chargers. And here's another thing I look forward to so much. And we got a lot to get to today, kids. Great to see everybody. Thanks for lining up today. Cody Marchetti, what's happening, kid?
Nice.
Cody, you know what else is crazy is that I think like the Chiefs are going to have to go on the road this year for the playoffs, which is if this continues, if the Chargers can keep pace, and because if the Chiefs drop a few more games, they're not going to have home field. How are they going to do in Buffalo in January? How are they going to do, say, going down to SoFi to play the Chargers? They've been so comfortable in their little heritage. Let's get it over with nice and early, 2 minutes into the show. But anyway, you feel me, Tony? They're going to have to take this thing on the road, and they're not used to that. And I love it.
Totally. And I love every bit of if they make the playoffs, Paulie. How about that? Let's just keep the decline going. Could you imagine if they didn't even make the playoffs? The AFC is no slouch, dude. And they're already 0-2. So who knows what's going to happen? And I got another beef with the Chiefs we can get to later on in the show, but having to do with the t-shirts they wore on Sunday for Rashee Rice. We can get into it later in the show, dude. Okay. But things are getting off the rails with the Chiefs, dude.
And I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love watching Andy Reid all upset the other day because the ref wouldn't give him a flag when he wanted one. He's like an insolent child who didn't get what he wanted one day out of 364 days. Where's my flag? It's like, not this year, Tubby. We ain't doing it this year. Now I'm calling him Tubby. See, I'm lashing out. But I'm telling you, it's just time for the Chiefs to fall. And I think all the wheels are in motion. So I'm very happy about last night, although I am sorry you took an L in the hot and sour picks. That's what it is, though, dude. It's a roller coaster. You're up, you're down. It's a long season. Don't worry about it. A lot of games to get to.
It's all good, man. First of all, a couple things. We can get back into the tush push today because it's on the front page of ESPN.com today. Yeah. And we want to. There's some footage that has been shared since Sunday's game that we should get into. And also, Paulie, I want to congratulate the Master of Particles, our fantasy football team. We got a victory this weekend. Escobar, a great effort, buddy. Great effort, but the Master of Particles was just too much because basically on the shoulders of Jared Goff. Basically is how we won that game. So just congratulations, Paulie. I know you had a big hand in putting that lineup together.
Yeah, most of it's from my vision. Yeah, most of this is Tony's executing my vision. I pull the levers. Tony, go get me Penix. Go get me Jared Goff. No, I'm kidding. I'm not even involved at all. I leave the fantasy football to Tony. I got too many stressor points in my life as it is. I don't need the additional stress of having to take on the responsibilities of fantasy football. First of all, I want to say hello to everybody watching on YouTube today. Hello, y'all. Want to say what's up to everybody. I want to say what's up to Escobar's cheeks. I want to say what's up to everybody on Instagram, everybody on Twitter /X, and of course, our good friends over at the Cron 4 family, as we are now live, loud and proud on the Cron 4 Plus streaming app, Tony, and you stream it for free on your smart TV. We're talking Apple TV. We're talking Roku. It's all out there waiting for you, and we are thrilled to be part of the Cron 4 Plus family, Tony. We also got to talk some Giants. They fell on their face in the desert. I kind of had Karen Bell with the red glasses in my head last night because she posted something yesterday during the show, and she said, you know what? I think the Giants are done, and I think we're going to have to start looking forward to next year. Eldridge came up, Not much going on there. Not much hitting of any kind going on from anybody. But Tony, you think that's accurate? Have the Giants just simply hit the wall? Is that what this? I mean, it's like the Dodgers just stole their spirit.
They did. If they would have won one of those two games, they'd still have some life. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have life, but it feels like it's that was the shot. Now they're still not out of it, and they still got games to play, and they still have what? They still have 6 games with the Rockies as well. I mean, with the Rockies and Cardinals, I believe, and also the Diamondbacks. So, but they have 4 in LA. So, it's not over. But last night looked pretty lifeless. 8-1 loss, and also only 2 hits. And I wasn't expecting much from Eldridge, to be honest with you. First game, I'm sure he's nervous as hell. Sure that he's probably trying to, do what everybody expects of him and go deep. But he went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. But only 2 hits, all in all. So it's tough, man. These are the games they need to win to stay in it. Right.
And like you said yesterday, there's still life. I mean, they were a game and a half out going into first pitch last night. So it's there if they can turn it back on and go get it. But it's starting to feel a little lopsided. I mean, we'll see. We're hoping for the best tonight and game 2 in the desert. Right. Also, Tony, sorry, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Paulie, imagine being a Mets fan right now. I mean, they're 2-8 in their last 10 games, and it's just they've been on a slide. I think they lost 8 straight, so they finally won yesterday. But Jesus, dude,
the Mets are going to Mets, bro. The Mets are going to do Mets stuff. That's their specialty. And I'll always have a soft spot for the Mets, being a Jersey boy from my high school years, college in Boston. Like, I could never line up with the Yankees, Tony, ever. Like, my dad wasn't a Yankee fan. And you get a lot of the stuff from your parents. They teach you who to root for and stuff. And my dad was like, we ain't no Yankee house around here, kid. I'll tell you that right now. Don't let me see you wearing a Thurman Munson jersey or anything. So I kind of drifted over to the Mets. And I got no problem with the Mets. But, yeah, no, they're Metsing it up in glorious fashion right now. Sliding, crashing, and burning. Tony, also, on a serious note, I do want to pay proper respect to the late Robert Redford today. I know a lot of the ladies of the PNP Army are very upset about this. I've heard from Patty. I think I heard from Bonnie earlier today, and they're all out of sorts. I know my mom. Shout out, Kathy. How you doing, Mom? If you're watching today, I know that my mom is a Robert Redford fan. All those ladies of that generation, they all love Robert Redford, who passed away at the age of 89. So we'll pay our respects to him as well. Bobby Redford, Tony. Bobby Redford. And let me see. And Tom Brady, dude, the headset scandal. What the hell? We'll get into that, too. There's a lot to get into on a Roby Tuesday. Hope you guys are robed up as well. Final thing, Tony, I'll throw it right back to you. I want to give a shout out to my favorite pre-show comment. I think I'm going to start doing this on a daily basis because there's so much action on the comment line. Right before you started the opener today, Tony, the intro, I looked over the comments. Miguel Salas, this was his message. It just said, Paulie, we have a good quarterback in Mac Jones. That's all. And I'm like, you know what, Miguel? Yes, that's what I needed, dude. We connected on that cosmic level about Mac Jones. I feel you, Miguel. And I like Mac Jones too. What's up, Joy P too? Nice to see you as well. Tony, I throw it over to you now. What you got for me, kid?
I want to revisit Bryce Eldridge for a second because Pine Needle had a good comment in there, and he says Eldridge did hit 410 feet, but to the wrong spot. The wall was 415. Yes, Arizona's got some funky dimensions in the outfield, but I will say I am curious how the AAA game transfers to the majors because the fields are a bit smaller. Where they play, where the Rivercats play, the dimensions are a little bit. Some of his home runs probably wouldn't have been home runs in the bigs, so it's going to be interesting to see how that transfers. Because yes, he did get a hold of one, but in a big league park, it wasn't enough. Now I do love him showing that power, showing that pop, hitting 410, hitting 410. But it's just going to be interesting to see how that transfers over. So my very low expectations for me with Bryce Eldridge. Anything he does is as the guy in Teen Wolf says, is cream cheese. And remember the coach and he gives his rules of life to Michael J. Fox. Remember that? And
yes.
And then after the rules of life, he says everything else is cream cheese. And he's chomping gum like Pete Carroll style. Man, go back and watch Teen Wolf, everybody. I told Paulie before the show to wolf up, wolf out, which is one of the greatest lines by Styles in the movie, who's wearing a T-shirt that says, "Well." It just says something funny. That's all.
Well, there was so Tony, to take people behind the curtain for him, it's no big deal. But Tony, I've asked Tony, I'm like, Tony, give me a motivational quote every day before we start the show. So Tony will send me an email with the link for me to open up the StreamYard show and to start the platform and all that. And today he put the Teen Wolf stuff in there. And it's very reminiscent. I'm going into a very specific, hey, Mary Lou, where's Mary Lou? Mary Lou Osling, Aunt Mary Lou out of New York City. Of course you cried over Robert Redford. That's my beloved Aunt Mary Lou. I love her. Her and my mom are like sisters for years. They go all the way back to St. John's together back in the day. Yeah, nice to see you, Mary Lou. And yes, of course, she's mourning Robert Redford like the rest of them. But I was going to say, Tony, so really quick, in a tiny, I'm speaking of like 0.001% of the audience, but the New York Rangers had a coach back in the late 70s, early 80s. His name was Fred Shiro. He also was the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers when they won back-to-back Stanley Cups in the 70s. Now, this guy, Tony, his nickname was Freddie the Fog because he was so weird. He was so weird. So the players would go into the locker room like for a playoff game, waiting for like the coach to walk in and like give him a big pep talk. What Freddie the Fog used to do is he would walk in, he would write a quote on the blackboard, wouldn't say anything, and he would just leave the room and have all the players like looking at some weird quote, some existential stuff. So it's kind of like what I'm asking of you. You're my new Freddie Shiro, Freddie the Fog, writing quotes, and it helps me. The Teen Wolf quotes actually helped me out today. It was great, Tony. So thank you for that.
I'm trying to get a picture of Fred Shiro on the show to show everybody, but it's not popping up. And
he was a weird cat, man. He was a really weird dude. Very unorthodox for the NHL, especially during that time, man.
Oh man! So some of the pictures I'm seeing, can you stand? It's not popping. Well, maybe this will work. Hang on, Paulie.
I'm not going anywhere. Give me some Freddie.
No, they're all licensed. I can't pull them up.
No problem. And while we're doing this, Tony, our compilation list of greatest Freddies of all time, I'll go Freddie Shiro, Freddie Solomon, and I'll throw Freddie Mercury in there, the late Queen singer. Who you got for me, Tony?
I'm going to say Curtis Mayfield had a song called Freddie's Dead.
No question. Great track. Great track. Yeah.
Great track.
Yeah.
And you said Kruger, Freddie Kruger, Freddie Solomon, of course. And I know Emmy's favorite Niner of all time, Freddie Solomon. And other Freddies, did you say Freddie Mercury? Did you already say?
I did. Would you be okay if I went back and I pulled out from the Boston Red Sox alumni? How about a Fred Lynn? Lynn.
Dude, yeah. If you want to go Fred, we got to go Fred Dean and Dean Fence.
Dean Fence. How about Fred Munster? You know what I mean? Holding it down in the Monster House over there. Shout out Fred Munster, coming in like a clean 7 foot tall. Freddie Prinze. Thank you, Patty. Hey, Tony, before we dive deeper into any rabbit holes today, let's give some love to our beloved sponsors. They are the reason our show is able to get up and move down the road. I want to start today with our great friend Losti, Carlos de la Fuente.
Ollie, I'm going to ask you to pause. I'm sorry. We're going to interrupt the program for just one moment because I would like to because we're just honoring Fred Shiro on the show here. And there's your guy. There's your guy.
Yeah, Freddie the Fog. There he is right there. Shout out to the plaid blazer, bro. Bring those back. I need a plaid blazer. We should have a plaid blazer show to replace our Roby Tuesday. That looks great. Freddie the Fog. What a weirdo, man. Got 1-2 Stanley Cups, though. 1-2 cups.
What a look on him and the tinted windows and the big, thick frames. Wow. Good for you, Fred. All right. Keep rocking. Go for it. Now we can honor Losty. I just wanted to show everybody who you were talking about because I had never seen him before until you started talking about him. So I wanted to see him.
It's all good. No, I know. It's a really specific kind of thing I was talking about right there. Also, here they come, Tony. Fred Durst from Cody, Fred Savage from Don Peralta. Shout out to the Wonder Years. And also shout out to Low Steve, Fred Sanford, you fish-eyed fool. I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you. By the way, my dad was a big Sanford and Son fan. So when I was a kid in the 70s, I would watch Sanford and Son with my dad. By the way, trivia. You know who wrote that song? The theme song? Great trivia.
Quincy Jones.
Bang. Beautiful. Yeah. How great is that, dude? Quincy Jones writing that theme song. Outstanding.
Come on, dude.
Then the Hammond B3 kicks in. Flip. Yeah, it's a jam, dude. It's a funky jam. Your guys in Fish should play that, dude. You should talk to your guys in Fish, get them to like a 10-minute version of that.
And dude, the end of the song, it ends cold. It's great. You know, it's so great. Yeah,
we're out. Yeah, let's get the show started. Hey, Carlos de la Fuente, the man who inspired that Fred Sanford riff. Let's give him some love over at Flex Funding. We love you, Los D. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Still haven't had a chance to talk about that Niner game. Sorry, dude. Noemi got stopped me in my tracks. I shouldn't have looked over. Right said Fred. There it is for the win. Noemi for the freaking win. Right, said Fred.
I'm too sexy for this hat. Too sexy for this hat, my cat. What you think about that? Hup!
Dude, the mesh shirt. Can I get a little Fred real quick, Tony? Before I go into low Steve, give me some Fred in the mesh. I need it.
I'm
I really do.
I'm looking for a couple different things here. If you want to proceed with the spot, and then I'll look for it as well after we.
Okay, all right. Let me talk some low Steve while you dig up some right said Fred. Noemi, you got me. That was beautiful. Yeah, Carlos and Flex Funding. Listen, we talk about him all the time. San Francisco native. Loves the community, loves this community too, loves the PMP community, loves the Bay Area community. He's a real San Franciscan, and he is loaded with experience, 25 years in the game, been handling all kinds of financial matters and situations for his clients and customers. Mortgage broker, we can start right there under the umbrella. If you are looking for a loan, we've talked about this a lot because a lot of us are in that age group where we have kids that are, I love the visual, where we have kids that are going to private schools, shout out Creative Tony, or we have kids that are going to college, shout out Paulie Mack. These are very expensive endeavors, obviously. And, regardless of how hard you work or what your income is, sometimes you need a little bit of extra help. And if you're in that boat, talk to Low Steve. Very easy guy to talk to, very trustworthy guy too. And here's one of my favorite things. We've talked about this in the past, but it's always worth bringing this up, that Carlos will never force you or try to lead you down a road that's going to be potentially harmful for you, but beneficial for him. Like, that's not how he does business. He's not in it for himself. He's actually trying to help you more than he's trying to help himself. So you got the trust established. I'm speaking on his behalf because I know him, love him, and trust him. And he's just partnered with a new lender, by the way. So his HELOC loans are at an all-time great place. Home equity lines of credit. He can definitely help you with that. And again, Tony, as I like to say, he never hits you with hidden fees, no appraisal fees, no title fees, nothing like that. And final thing I'll say is when you're doing business with Carlos, he takes care of it in a timely fashion. He can usually close a deal within 7 to 8 days. So reach out and talk to Carlos, man. He's our boy, and he's your boy too. Carlos at myflexnow.com or call Carlos, 925-250-4894, Big T.
Well, it's just plain and simple. We don't partner with people that we don't trust or that we don't really enjoy and that we don't feel good vibes with. We talk about Neil Donardi's Vibe Tribe. The vibe is so thick and strong with Los. It's a friendship, and that's what he builds with his business. He wants to foster a friendship, and if it's not the right time for you to do something, he's not going to do it, and he's going to tell you not to do it, and he'll tell you, "I'll be in touch with you when it is the right time." And it's like, we've talked about this before, man, but when it comes to your money, it comes to your finances, and it comes to your home, right? Major things in your life to build a quality life for yourself and for your family. You want to deal with somebody that you trust. And we trust Los, and you should too. And I'll go back to what Don Peralta made like in one of the first weeks of the show, but we want to trust Carlos, right? We trust Carlos. You should too. And if you want to deal with somebody with your money in a friendly, trustworthy relationship, Carlos De La Fuente is the guy. So seriously, give him a buzz. I'm going to go to the old, give him a buzz, 925-250-4894, or email Carlos at carlos@myflexnow.com. We love you, Los. Thanks for the partnership, brother. And thank you for the support of the show. And man, he's already worked with the people in the PMP Familia, and I know that he'll work with more, and hopefully the word spreads, because it's all about word of mouth for Los, right? And it's kind of like our show, Paulie, word of mouth. And so we want to help Los out, and Los is helping us out. So everybody wins. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Los, so much. We'll talk soon, man. And I want to break down some Niners with you. I'm feeling like I'm missing your Niner takes over the weekend. I was kind of isolated. Hey, Tony, before we dive into the Tom Brady headset scandal, the Eagles being pretty much offsides on every tush push they executed over the weekend, there are all these new camera angles where you can see they're lined up offsides. They're running. They're jumping before the ball snapped. It's crazy. And I do want to talk some other Niner topics today too. But let me start with Robert Redford. Just to get that kind of like, that box check. So Robert Redford, for me, I do have a nice memory of Robert Redford. Mary Lou, if you're still here, you'll love this. When I was a little kid, my mom took me to see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, like in the movie theater. I remember it being a little kid. I thought it was so cool. I was like, whoa, these cowboys are jumping off of mountains. They're swimming. It was a whole thing. And so that was like my first Robert Redford memory. But I got to say, and I want to ask you the same question, Tony. I want your first Redford memory, and then I want your favorite film. For me, I know a lot of people love The Natural, and that is considered a classic. But for me, it was All the President's Men. That is such a great film, more topical than ever, too. I mean, like, go revisit that film. It's about the Watergate scandal. Woodward and Bernstein, Hoffman, and Redford, they played those roles like to perfection. I'm pretty sure that film won a whole bunch of Academy Awards, as it should have. But that was mine, Tony. I was in you ever see All the President's Men where they play the reporters?
Yeah. Redford's incredible, man, and also just what a handsome man. I mean,
unbelievably handsome, dude. So handsome. I've had like to question my, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Thinking about it. Yeah.
I think he had a full head of hair until he took his last breath, dude. Really. Like, as a bald man, I just applaud and envy that kind of
very rich Auburn hair. The guy's like 85. He's like, yeah, how you doing? He still looked amazing,
incredible. But for me, Paulie, it's a no-brainer. It's The Natural. I mean, Roy Hobbs, just that movie was so iconic for me as a kid, and still I'll go back and just watch. It's one of those things where if I'm scrolling through TV and I just see that it happens to be on, I'm stopping in my tracks and just to get a piece, just to get a few minutes, man, and get some Wonder Boy action and get the lightning bolt and number 9. I've always thought about doing, like, when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do like number 9 as Roy Hobbs. But that was the movie for me that cemented Redford in my mind, just because of what he did for the game, what that movie did for the game of baseball.
Quick question about that movie. I'm remembering the famous scene where he's having the big dramatic at-bat at the end of the game and he's swinging, but all of a sudden, like, he starts bleeding from like his side while he's having the at-bat. What's the backstory of that again? He got like, why was he bleeding during that at-bat? He got shot or something?
Yeah. He got shot, right? So, and
do we know why? There's like a lot of mystery in that movie. I'm not an expert, as you can tell. Like, I have seen it, but it's been a long time. So why did who shot him? What was the backstory there?
God, Paulie, now you're blanking on me because I haven't seen it in so long that I have to get back and watch it as well myself. If anybody in the chat remembers too, I forget why he gets shot. I remember that he got offered a bribe to lose the final Knights game, right? But I don't remember exactly why he got shot, and I apologize. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But if anybody on the chat can, let me see if anybody on the chat can help us out.
Scarlet Fire just put out a post. She just wrote 3 words: a mysterious woman. You know what I mean? A mysterious woman. Quick question for you, Tony. Have you ever been involved with a mysterious woman? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
God, Paulie, to do it. I mean, come on. Yes. Yeah,
I probably have too. It's unavoidable. At some point, that mysterious woman's going to come along.
I have, unfortunately, or fortunately, because then it kind of steered me away from
the mystery. Yeah, I'm looking for a little bit less mystery. Actually, I don't need anybody that's too mysterious. You know what I mean? Let's be a little more upfront if we could, for the benefit of the relationship itself, Tony.
Dude, now you're making me want to dive back into the night. You know what? I got to show my kids the Natural.
Me too. I want to watch a Natural again too. I do, and it's been a very, very long time since I've seen that start to finish. Hence my asking the questions. I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah, it's gosh, and you know what? And it's shame on me as a dad, like not showing my kids that movie yet. Like I feel, wow.
Have you showed your kids Field of Dreams yet?
Yeah. Yes. But it was funny because it's that movie is. It's kind of slow for kids.
It's very slow. Yeah, it's a very slow moving movie. Kind of like the game of baseball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But keeping them interested on that was interesting because it's a slow build, but so worth it, right? But so yeah, they watched it. They didn't love it. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, and it's probably, I don't know, they're probably a little too young for it, but we watched Major League, dude, and my God, did the kids crack up during that movie at all the different scenes of Major League.
Have you ever thought about maybe showing your kids the Bad News Bears?
Not yet.
It might be worth checking out.
I want to show them Bull Durham big time, but not yet. That movie.
No, they ain't ready for Bull Durham, bro. They're not ready for Susan Sarandon getting extremely sexually provocative, sexually charged, if I may, in that film. Hey, I want to say shout out real quick to Stevie B, Steve Bisecchio, one of my favorite guys out there. He just posted something out there and he said, I was involved with a mystery woman. And I labeled her as, quote, bad news in my phone. So when the phone rang and I saw bad news, great call. And you know who else did that, Tony? Shout out to Cousin Jimmy on The Bear. Because remember, like his ex-wife had him listed as bad news. His kid's like, my mom says you're bad news, and every time you call, it says bad news on the phone. And he's like, I'm bad news. So anyway, Stevie B, you got company. You and Jimmy from the cousin Jimmy from the Bear. Bad news, brother. Yeah.
Mysterious, dude. Stevie B also says mysterious women, fun but dangerous. So dude,
yeah, well, shout out to once again, as all roads eventually lead back to Stephen Piercy and Rat. He warned us about this years ago. Shout out dangerous but worth the risk. You feel me, Tony, right?
It's dangerous but worth the risk. I mean,
yeah, dangerous but worth the risk. Here you go. The things you do to get your kicks. The things you do to get your kicks, Tony. Okay, to get your freaking kicks. Okay, let's get into some NFL, Tony. So watching the game.
Time out real quick. Sorry, our guy Los D, who we just sung his praises for Flex Funding and Carlos De La Fuente, but he also is a great contributor on the chat, and he just said homework assignment for the PMP Army. Let's all watch a Redford movie sometime this week, and then we should all report back. Right? If you watch a Redford movie this week, let us know because I'm gonna rewatch The Natural. Because obviously it's been way too long, and Paulie, maybe you pick a movie and we'll watch one, and Los and somebody else, if anybody else wants to watch one, because obviously the guy, the talent, and if you pull up his IMDb page, it's a laundry list, dude, and not just as an actor but a producer, right? So,
and a director. He directed critically acclaimed Ordinary People, that movie, but it's just so damn depressing. It's like hard to watch that film, but he directed that. And also, we should shout this out. He was an environmentalist. He was an activist for environmental concerns, way ahead of his time with that. And then lastly, a lot to be proud of here too. He founded the Sundance Film Festival. Mm-hmm. And that was his baby. And now that's like a big deal. And it never occurred to me that I guess he named it Sundance after his character Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Like I never put that together till today. But I think that's the one I want to watch. I want to watch the cowboy stuff. I want to watch Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid again because I have very fond, memories of that. Speaking of like older dudes, did you realize last night during that Raider game? I would not have known this if the announcers didn't say this. If Tom Brady's not too busy coaching the game while he's broadcasting, we'll get to that. But dude, Pete Carroll, 74 years old. He's the oldest active head coach in NFL history. That did not occur to me. Did you know that going into the season? I didn't know that.
I did. I just kind of made the assumption. And I do nothing but applaud him because of, dude, imagine being 74. And I was also watching a video of Joe Perry celebrating his birthday the other day at 75 years old. And like, these people are such inspirations to live a full life. Like there is so much joy to be had no matter what decade you're in, no matter what age you are. And it's worth taking care of yourself to try and live your life to your fullest. Pete Carroll's running around chomping gum and like taking on linemen in his I applaud his efforts, and I applaud the way he gets players to respond. They didn't respond last night. I could have used that for the hot and sour, but I think it's also a testament to the Chargers. The Chargers are just really good. So
and it's usually like that. It's usually like Harbaugh's second and third year. He's been able to do this every stop. He did it with Stanford. He did it with the Niners. He did it with Michigan, and now he's doing it with LA. You may not like Harbaugh. You may not like his methods, and he's kind of a pain in the ass. He's really tough to deal with. He's a very strange dude, but his methods are effective. The only thing with Harbaugh that I've observed is it seems like there's an expiration date with his whole thing. Like, he's usually good for like 5 years. And then the players are like, you know what, dude, we're sick of your whole song and dance. And then he's got to go someplace else. But I think I agree with your original point. I think the Chargers are going to be in the mix in a very big way. They might not be good enough to handle Buffalo or Baltimore, but they are on their way. They're on their way to having a really special season. Also,
real quick, Paulie, can I just do this because I had a chance to look it back up. And of course, I feel such like a jackass for not remembering this. Harriet Bird was the fan. She was a deranged fan who lured Roy Hobbs, the character Roy Hobbs in The Natural, to her hotel room and shot him with a silver bullet, which derailed his promising baseball career. Okay. And then
why'd she shoot him? What did he do to provoke that kind of violence? You know what I mean? I want to know, like, what did he do to piss her off that much?
Wow, she was a big fan. She was a big fan. I think if she
one of these things where it's like, Tony, oh my God, it's creative Tony. I love you so much. Now I have to kill you. Bang. Well, you know what I mean? Like one of those, like, I love you so much, I have to kill you. One of those crazed fan types. Yeah.
If I can't have you, nobody will.
Jesus, I feel you, buddy. Hey, listen, it happens. Yeah, it
Hey,
happens.
boy, I'm not going to be ignored. Okay.
No. You're not. You're not going to be ignored. Shout out Glenn Close and Fatal Attraction. I'm not going to be ignored. Yeah. I'll throw your pot. I'll throw that rabbit right in the pot, guy. Yeah.
Hey, Paulie, I know we can talk a little Niners. I want to talk about Connor Colby and Jennings in a second, but can we? I just have to. This Kansas City Chiefs. There's something that I have to get off my chest here.
Please, dude. I don't know what I'm enjoying so far 2 weeks into this NFL season. The fact that the Niners are 2-0 or the fact that the Chiefs are 0-2. They're both worthy of massive joy and happiness. And whatever you want to talk about the Chiefs, I'm in. Let's bury them. Let's crush them. Let's go. Let's go.
The shine, if there ever was a shine, it's off. But they're 0-2, which we celebrated, widely yesterday. But yesterday I saw this story. You know what? I'm going to go into our bookmarks, Paulie, and I'm going to pull up something here real quick.
While you're doing that, I got to shout out John Joseph. I don't know where this is coming from, but he's going, wait, where did it go? John Joseph. Shout out to Corey Haim in Silver Bullet. Bro, is that the movie with Gary Busey? We're talking werewolves? I think I've seen part of that. Dude, John Joseph, great pull, bro. Great pull. I'm sorry, Tony. Finish your story here. So what are we looking at right now?
That's why the PMP Familia rules. And yes, dude, Gary Busey was in Silver Bullet.
Thank you.
Dude, 1985, by the way. And Stephen King. That's a Stephen King. It's based on the Stephen King novella Cycle of the Werewolf. God bless, dude. Thank you, John Joseph. You just added something to the show, as always. So back to the
anytime you got Busey involved, Tony and I are going to sit up at attention. Tony and I are long-standing Gary Busey enthusiasts, especially when he's alongside Keanu Reeves in Point Break. Dude, jumping into the swimming pool with the brick, going sideways. Utah, get me 2. I mean, it's there's immortal lines in that film.
Come on,
Utah, give me 2. That's right.
Legendary. I actually need that on a t-shirt. I just need Busey's face with the 2 fingers and the thought bubble. Utah, give me 2.
I'll never forget this. Before you finish your Chiefs thing, when we were first starting the Polymac Particle show, like literally the first week or 2, we were feeling our way with the schedule. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a lot of you were there early on, and I appreciate that. What's up, Ryan Fong? Good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
That we were still trying to find our way. Tony and I remember we were like, hey, let's try a show at 2:00. Let's try a show at 10 a.m. And you posted something on Twitter where you had Busey hanging out the window with his 2 up, and he's going, give me 2. And you're like, the show's at 2 p.m. today. I don't know if you remember that, but it was such a funny visual, dude. Busey hanging out of the window with 2 fingers up. It was tremendous.
I totally do. Busey all day, all damn day. There's nothing you can say that's going to make me think otherwise. But Paulie, this Rashi Rice story. He was driving 100 in 2024. I think it was November of 2024. He was driving 119 miles per hour. Actually, I don't remember the date in 2024. I don't know why I said November, but I know it was in 2024. Driving 119 miles an hour in his Lamborghini, and dude, he loses control of the car, hits 6 other cars,
Jesus.
Right? And so he's suspended for the first 6 games of the year. Yeah, let's see. He crashed his Lamborghini going 119 miles an hour, hitting 6 vehicles, injuring 4 people. Then he fled the scene. And dude, he, like this post said, he's lucky nobody died. Dude, the Chiefs have taken it upon themselves to wear T-shirts that say "Free 4," which
it's all bad karma, dude. You want to talk about bad particles? They are swirling around the Kansas City Chiefs. So you're going to celebrate a guy
right
who endangered the lives of multiple innocent citizens on the streets. This jackass is driving like a race car down a residential street, and now they're basically saying, yeah, let's wear T-shirts and support him. I think that maybe that's something you don't want to celebrate. That's just me.
No question. And then Andy Reid was asked about it, and he goes, oh, I don't think it's anything more than just our guys missing one of their teammates. And I'm like, dude, how about getting out in front of this, somebody, and saying, guys, this is a bad idea. A bad idea. We can miss Rashi Rice behind the scenes all we want. We can send him videos from the locker room after games or before the games or whatever. But wearing a T-shirt out on the field, and guess who's wearing it, by the way, Paulie? Your guy, Kelsey. is wearing it.
He ain't my guy. Now, let's get that cleared up right away. This guy, I don't know who I hate more. I don't know if I hate Mahomes or Kelsey more. It's neck and neck. And by the way, the ladies of the PNP community have spoken. Joy P, stupid. Humdinger 87, Leah Phillips, how you doing, girl? She goes, effing loser, classless. And then, of course, there's Rags coming in with a Gary Busey riff that I don't want to get away. Tony, all he wrote was is from Rags. What's up, Rags? I love you. He goes, Mr. Joshua, your left arm, please.
Oh,
dude, your left arm, please. He's burning his arm in what was it? Lethal Weapon.
The Lethal Weapon. They're
shocking him like electric.
If you want to talk about,
they got Gibson tied up, dude. I got Busey, dude. Busey's shocking him. I forgot about that, Rex. Oh my god. Oh dude, my god.
If you want to talk about the my favorite Busey character, it's Mr. Joshua. That's you were talking about Point Break. I got to go Mr. Joshua because I also watched Lethal Weapon so many freaking times as a kid. Because
your left arm, please. Your left arm, please. I'm gonna burn it now. Yeah.
He's right. There's Gibson has got his hands tied, and there's water coming down, and they got a sponge, and they're electrocuting, the electric shocking Gibson, trying to get the truth out of him. And Busey is Mr. Joshua. He's like I don't know what you call him, the bully or whatever.
He's like an assassin, I think.
Yeah,
really. He's more than a bully. He ain't just stealing lunch money, dude. He's shocking fools. Yeah. I would say he's a full-on assassin. You know.
Good point, dude. Oh, he's so good. Gosh, I'm trying to find pictures of him. Let's hear stand by, Polly. Just because why not? Why not? Instead of let me share the screen here. It's just to get us off the Rashi Rice.
Pulling up. I look forward to this very much.
Well, I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's Busey as Mr. Joshua. I mean, can you see that? Is it pulled up?
Yeah, sure. It's good enough. That's good enough. Sure. I got it. Yeah.
I mean, it's just the best. Go back and watch Lethal Weapon too. Like if we're talking about great movies to watch, go back and revisit The Natural. Go back and watch Teen Wolf. Go back and watch All the President's Men, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and Lethal Weapon. How about that? There you
Creative
go.
Tony, I want to. Are you finished with your Chiefs rant? Because we can keep going if you want. We can keep going.
I just wanted to, shed some light on and show some exposure, expose them because of that crap. Like the fact that nobody said, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not classy at all. It's about the farthest thing from being appropriate as you can find. And when you really think about it, I hate to sound like one of these old grandfather guys, but the truth is, like, Tony, you have kids. Like, how do you explain that to your kids? Like, Dad, why are they all wearing that shirt? Why are they all wearing that shirt? Oh, well, he was driving his race car 130 miles and he crashed into 6 other cars and they just want him to be back on the field. Like, wait, what? Like, it's just not an appropriate message. And somehow the NFL is okay with that. Speaking of, dude, enough is enough. I think my whole thing with Tom Brady is reaching like a crisis point here, Tony. Now, let's be fair and give everybody the complete, Tony, watch this new age corporate speak I'm about to drop on you. Go. Let's give everybody a transparent 360-degree look at this whole situation. You know what I mean? As soon as somebody says that to me, I know I'm either going to get fired or hear like a pile of lies. Paulie, let me be transparent with you. I'm like, here we go. Here we freaking go. As soon as that T word comes out, it's bad. Yep. But Tony, what is you grew up with Tom Brady? If people don't know that, Tony really did. The Bradys know Tony's family. Tony has known Tom Brady since he was literally a little kid. I think he used to call him Little Tommy and stuff like that. Yeah. And so you guys go way back, and I know, but at a certain point, you kind of turned away. You were like, you know what? I've had it. When we were still at KMBR together, I remember being in your studio because I always liked Tom Brady on the field a lot. I loved the competitor that he was. He did remind me of Joe Montana with his clutch performances, and I liked him as a player. Now I'm starting to sour, but you hit that point a few years ago. Like, what was it that initially kind of soured you on him, and which surprised me, given that you actually grew up with the guy?
Like you said, nothing but respect for him as a player and an incredible quarterback. But it got to the point in the same way I respect Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce as players. They're good football players. Of course they are. But it just got to the point where he was everywhere, dude. And I'm like, I've got Brady fatigue, man. I've just got Brady fatigue. And it was like, obviously just the stardom. And of course he's a handsome dude and he was married to Giselle at the time. And, they were the power couple and whatever.
Boy, shout out to Giselle, by the way. You talk about picking up the pieces and moving on. Like within a week, of their separation, she was like on Twitter with her yoga trainer or whatever. She's like, yeah, me and this guy now. It's like, wow, that was fast. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, she didn't wait around. She didn't wait around and mope. I'll tell you that much.
No, and you know what? Who knows what went on there? But I mean, he was everywhere. The same way I don't need to see any of the Mannings for a while. I don't need to see the Kelseys. I don't need to see Brady. It's enough, man. Like,
I don't need to see Andy Reid either. Selling shoes, eating wings. I don't need it. I've had it. I'm all OD'd on Andy Reid too.
All right, dude, hold on a second. This is Escobar's super. Look at this, Folly.
Well, that was one of our masterworks. Yeah, thank you, Escobar. That was my Tom Brady tribute song, sung to Styx's Lady. Brady, when I watch you, I'm smiling. Your Tom Brady, bum, 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 cooler than Marlon Brando, which he was at the time. I thought so anyway. Well, but now I'm sour, dude. So anyway, let's get back to last night. So unless you're still going, you have more on your thing, Brady?
No. But he was, yes, at a point he was ultra cool. No question.
Yeah. And his performance on the field, like you said, it's pretty much it's not disputable. You can't argue what the guy pulled off. The guy won 7 Super Bowls, man, 7, and he played in 10. Guy played in 10. It's pretty outlandish. That'll never happen again. Tony, if you could go to bookmarks and pull out the post I stuck in there that shows kind of what happened last night. So Tom Brady, first of all, he's part of the A broadcast team on Fox, right? We've seen him broadcast games. Now he is also a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, pause that for 1 sec, T. And then last night, they show Brady in the game, in the Raiders booth with the coaches. Guy's got a freaking headset on. And immediately people start, and I was one of them. I'm like, this isn't a conflict of interest? You have an owner who is now, first of all, broadcasting games, Tony, interviewing teams, opposing teams and coaches, part of his broadcasting. Like, why would you want to reveal any information to Tom Brady, knowing that he's going to go right back to the Raiders and reveal game plans and things like that? And here he's with the headset. This whole thing stinks out loud to me, Tony. What's your feeling about this? I mean, I don't think this should be allowed personally.
No question, dude. It stinks to the high heavens, man. Like your owner and the color analyst of the #1 broadcast team in the NFL. And all of a sudden he's got a headset on. He's in the same booth as Chip Kelly. And dude, you don't think that he is not giving his 2 cents on the plays that are being called?
Right, exactly. And I get it. You want to pick his brain. He's probably a football genius, really. Like his IQ is off the chart. So yeah, you want to get his thoughts, but is this legal? Should this be happening? That's my question.
Dude, put it up there with the tush push. It should not be legal. And this definitely should not be legal because how is it not considered a conflict of interest? And I see again, but this is the Brady fatigue, dude. And now he's going to play flag freaking football in Saudi Arabia.
Wait a minute. Wait. All right, time out. You got me, dude, on Saudi Arabia. I didn't know this. I saw a headline. I'll tell you the truth. Dude, I saw a headline that said Tom Brady takes his act to flag football field. I just kept scrolling. I'm like, I do not care. But bro, I didn't know it was going to happen in Saudi Arabia. Give me some info on this, bro. That's incredible. I did not know that.
Also, I know for a fact that Pete Carroll and Kyle Shanahan are, and maybe Pete Carroll, Kyle Shanahan, and I don't know who the third coach is. They're going to be the coaches of this game. McCaffrey's involved. Saquon Barkley's involved. Like, what? I just don't get it. I obviously understand they're going to be get paid handsomely with
Saudi money, which is questionable unto itself. Do you really want that money? And on top of that, does he need any money? Tom Brady's probably one of the wealthiest guys walking the planet today. Now, let me just go back to this headset thing for 1 second before we let that get away. So the NFL actually did release a statement this morning. Somebody named Brian McCarthy said that there are no rules, stipulations, or regulations that prevent a minority owner from wearing a headset in the booth. I think the reason there's no rule against it is because nobody ever thought anything like this would happen. Like, you don't think you have to write a rule like that. But I think, Tony, there's a conflict of interest in just being a broadcaster and an owner. Like, you could start there. Now you're throwing him in the booth at me with a headset. Over the line. I think this is over the line. And why don't we get Troy Aikman in the booth with the Dallas Cowboys? Maybe he can throw a headset on, help out Dak Prescott a little bit, tell him what he's seeing. Maybe Steve Young can throw a headset on, help out Brock Purdy in the middle of the game. Hey, Brock, let me tell you what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like, where's the line here? I just think that this is way inappropriate. And I think the fact that the NFL is allowing this, maybe even cultivating this, I think is a big, big misstep. I do.
Good word, cultivating, by the way, Paulie. But dude, you are so right. Hey, Tom, pick a lane, dude. Just pick a lane. Are you an owner? Are you a broadcaster? Or are you a flag football player? Like
are you a Saudi Arabian flag football player? Are you an avocado ice cream salesman? You know what I mean? Like pick a lane, as Tony said. Yes.
Well, seriously though, dude. But in all seriousness, pick a lane. Be a broadcaster or an owner. Like why? The whole broadcasting thing is. I feel like that just screams ego to me. Like he has to keep himself in the spotlight.
Yeah, there could be some of that. You know, you might not be wrong. I hadn't thought of it that way. I thought like maybe he just loves the game. He wants to stay plugged in and connected, and he does have great insights. But I think now it's just gotten this whole thing has gotten out of hand. Too much Brady.
If you love the game, be a minority owner and be involved with your team. Then right, but don't be in the booth with the headset, but be involved with certain decisions on your team. But as far as wearing a headset, and you know damn well that he's advising them on the play calls, just to say that he was wearing a headset and not contributing anything is garbage, man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So again, I don't know, man.
Why does he have a headset on then? If he's not contributing with the coaches or conversing, why wear the headset at all? You know what I mean? Like, what owner does that? What owner does that? Nobody. Nobody does that. You see Jerry Jones with a headset on? No. You know?
Yeah. But also, can you imagine being, I don't know, Chip Kelly or Pete Carroll? And not to say that those guys aren't brimming with confidence as well, but to know that Tom Brady is listening to your every move.
That's an interesting point, actually. That's an interesting slant. Yeah.
Like does that affect them at all?
Great question, Tony. I like where your head's a really good question. Yeah, like Chip Kelly's like, nah, I got this guy listening to my game plan. What the hell? Yeah, yeah.
It's brutal, man. Tom
Brady like override Chip Kelly. No, Chip, I don't like that. Let's run the waggle. You know what I mean? Like, what if he's like says like he's stuffing play? No, that's no good. Let's try the option or whatever. I don't know.
Yes, and dude, Noemi's right. He's got a major ego, and these guys have humongous egos, man, and that's why they still do it. You're right. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money to broadcast. He doesn't need the money to play flag football in Saudi Arabia. He doesn't need the money to make money as a minority owner of the Raiders. He's doing it all for ego. I mean, it is all ego and to stay relevant, right? But it wouldn't be great if he just bought a cabin in Montana and became like God, I'm blinking on the family name.
I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna invoke a memory of the late Robert Redford. What was the name of that? Help me out, ladies. What was the name of that Robert Redford movie where he played like a mountain man up in the woods, like building cabins? What the hell was the name of that movie? Help me. It's on the tip of my tongue. Come on, mountain man, big mustache. You know what I mean? He's wearing like the fringe jacket, shoveling snow. The hell was the name of that movie? I'll even throw an Electric Horseman on the pile. I'll throw an electric Horseman. And by the way, has nobody said The Sting yet today?
No, dude, I saw it on the chat. I think Rags or Pine Needle said The Sting, but Paulie, there's a movie called Jeremiah Johnson.
That's it. Jeremiah Johnson. That's the one. Yeah. You got a brief summary of the film you can read us real quick? Go ahead.
1972, dude. A classic Western directed by Sidney Pollack, where Redford plays the character, a man who seeks a solitary life in the Rocky Mountains and learns to survive the harsh wilderness. You know what?
That's what Brady should be doing. Yes. Jeremiah Brady, bro. Grow your hair. Start like fighting bears. Like get out there, man. Just get away. Get away from us. Yeah.
You know, like I was thinking about the Dutton Ranch in the show Yellowstone. If you haven't seen Yellowstone, Paulie, I recommend it. Actually, it's some of Kevin Costner's finest work, in my opinion. But just go buy a ranch in Montana. And rope calves and I don't know, go hunting and like you said, wrestle bears.
Bushel up some wood, chop wood like Creative Tony up in Tahoe. Take your shirt off and chop some wood. It's a good upper body workout. By the way, Joy P, where did Joy P go? Oh, Will Sparks too. Will Sparks, what's up, buddy? Good to see you on the chat today, man. Creative Tony, why don't we give some love to Dr. Matt Young, and then we can get into your tush push thing because there's a lot of new angles to look at. I think Tony has something pulled for us.
Yeah.
And it is. It's pretty crazy. But again, one thing I'll say about the tush push before we go to Dr. Matt Young is the NFL owners approved it. Only like 3 or 4 people voted against it. I was shocked. I thought most owners would be like, no, this is not football. But dude, they all voted for it, which would really surprise me.
How about, can we get maybe the coaches to vote on it instead of the owners?
Right.
The people that actually know more about football.
The people on the field playing the game, do they have a say? Right.
Hey, the owners, they could give a crap because they're making so much dough that they're just like, whatever. Sure. Is it good for ratings? Oh, okay, great. Let's just keep it going. Is the NFL making money? Are we all making money? Okay, great. Yeah, I'll vote to keep it in. How about ask all the coaches? Hey, can we get rid of this rugby scrum that isn't football? What do you think? Maybe. Sorry, Paulie. I know we got to do Dr. Young. We can get into it after Dr. Young.
No, you're good. You're good. It's you're starting to convince me. Actually, you're starting to bring me around on this because I haven't been like ardently, staunchly against the tush push, but I thought Sunday was pretty excessive, dude. 5 times in the fourth quarter was getting pretty crazy. Anyway, in the meantime, let's talk about what.
You said when I'm bringing you around, you made me think of I forget the artist, but you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Who is that?
I know the track. I don't remember the artist. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a merry-go. That was the 80s coming strong, dude. Coming freaking strong.
Shout out the riff. Ding, 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 ding. Dead or alive, Stevie B. Dead or alive. Yes, dude.
Leave it to Stevie B, bro. Leave it to Stevie B when the chips are down. He'll come over the top with something. Very nice, Stevie B. Dead or alive. Good Lord. Joy P hates the shove. Everybody hates the shove. All right, listen, let's shove ourselves into Dr. Matt Young's chair. Why don't we do that for some dental treatment? We'll shove ourselves right into the mouth, the belly of the beast, as it were. Listen, Dr. Matt Young, I can't say enough good things about this guy. And as Tony said earlier, we like to work with people that we get along with. We like to work with people that we are happy to represent, that we trust, we have relationships with. And Dr. Matt Young and I have, we've had a friendship for close to 15 years, man. That's how long he's been taking care of me in his dental chair. And he can definitely do the same for you. Creative Tony is a new patient. I think Don Peralta, our very famous art director, is going to be seeing the chair pretty soon in Dr. Matt Young's office, right, Tom? Get down there. You won't regret it, as Mike Damone says. Kiss me, you won't regret it. You know what I mean? Give me an implant, Dr. Young. You won't regret it. 415-392-8611. 415-392-8611. You can also reach out and shoot him a text, info@youngdentalsf.com. I can't say enough good things about him as a man. I can't say enough good things about the work that he does. And if you're asking, well, what kind of work does he do, Paulie? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, he's got 25 years of experience, just like my guy Carlos De La Fuente. We're talking veteran guys with experience, which is what you want. I don't want some kid fresh out of dental school. I don't know if I'm using the right tool here. Let's see. Let's hope for the best. No, give me the guy with 25 years of experience and like the cool tan and the guy who's talking giant baseball with me. That's Dr. Matt Young. And he will talk Niners too. Loves his Niners. But anyway, comprehensive dental care is at his fingertips. Tony, everything from cleanings. He's an implant specialist, veneers, fillings, emergency care. I've had a lot of procedures done with him. I've had a root canal. I've had my teeth whitened and polished up. He's done a lot of great stuff for me. And Tony, you can speak to it a little more recently than I can. So I'll hand it over to you, but I just will leave you with this. He accepts pretty much all the major insurance companies. So when you go in with your plan, you really shouldn't have any problem there. And Tony, I'm going to let you speak to the experiences you've been enjoying. Are you done, or do you have another appointment coming up?
This Thursday, buddy, I will be going back in. My 2-week whitening will be wrapping up this Thursday. I'm going to go in and get a cleaning, and we're going to check out the whitening, do a compare contrast. And also, I have one little other piece of work to get done, like a little tiny little, he said it's a tiny little cavity that he noticed when he was flossing my teeth. So I just got to say, so I'm looking forward to it, by the way. And again, I'm looking forward to going to the dentist. That's the whole point.
I know. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I feel you.
Like if you wanted to make a bumper sticker, Dr. Young, a dentist you look forward to. Right? Nice,
dude. Look at you, Don Draper. Okay, little advertising slogan. That was nice. Yeah, dentist you look forward to. I like that.
It's serious. It's really true, because we're gonna have a great wrap. We're gonna have a great hang, and then it's not. I'm not in a bed in their office. I'm in a chair, but it's not bedside manner. It's chairside manner. His chairside manner is so chill and so relaxing and so comforting that he puts you at ease. And Again, it goes back to the trust. Los D, you want somebody with your finances that you trust? Los D is the guy. You want to open your mouth and have your teeth worked on by somebody you trust and feel comfortable with? Dr. Young and his staff at the Young Dental Group are the people that we're talking about. And also, Paul, you mentioned about his that he's just a Jedi with implant surgeries. Well, on the cover of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, there's our guy right there.
Nice. Yeah, well, a handsome devil too. I gotta say, Dr. Young, he's a handsome devil, man.
Dude, and look at that smile too, man. Right? If you want to smile like that, go see Dr. Young. I swear to God, because my mom out of nowhere noticed my teeth on Sunday.
Isn't that great? Isn't it great to like be proud of your smile because when you're all messed up, you don't really want to show it off, but when you're all polished up from Dr. Young, you're like, everybody check it out. Bam, it's cool.
It was funny though. I was with my daughter and my mom, and my mom said something, and I said, "Look." I looked at Olivia, my daughter. I go, "Did you put Nani up to this?" That's what we call. That's what Olivia calls my mom. Did you put Nani up to this? Did you tell her to tell me that? And then my mom goes, "What are you talking about?" I go, "I'm getting my teeth whitened as we speak." And she goes, "Oh, well, you can tell." And I was like, "Damn, okay,
yeah."
It's working. And also, I got a crown put on by Dr. Young. Everything's been a smashing success with Dr. Young. Highly recommend it. So for those of you interested in finding a dentist, switching dentists, or need a dentist that's more available, and they're available 6 days a week, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays, Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. info@youngdentalsf.com if you want to email. That's info@youngdentalsf.com, or give them a call, 415-392-8611. 415-392-8611, Paulie.
Thank you, Tony, very much. Well said. And just a couple of reminders of things we have coming down the pike here. Working on getting a 49er guest for this week to talk about the Saints game a little bit and also look ahead to the Cardinals. Also going to be enjoying another visit from Jeff Faust in a week or two, bass player of the Freestone Peaches. I have a gig with them on October 4th at Sweetwater. Definitely get tickets now if you want to come, because that thing is going to sell out. We'll probably give a pair away when he joins us in a week or two. But if you do want to go, probably jump on it earlier than later. And also quick shout out to my good buddy P1 Chuck Acquisto, who is the president of the South Carolina chapter of the PMP community. He chimes in with a Robert Redford film. I don't even know this one, Chuck. He goes, guys, a sleeper Redford flick that I loved growing up was called The Great Waldo Pepper. Not familiar with it. Not familiar. He says it's a true 1 o'clock in the morning UHF movie. I like that. I'll look into it. And thank you, Chuck. So, Tony, we've got South Carolina presence. I know Arkansas Dave was in the house today. We've got Doug in Japan. By the way, did you cut the All Right Tokyo? Is that ready?
It's almost ready. I have the clip, and I haven't edited it. I have to load it to the soundboard. But Paulie, a quick yes, I'll get it ready for Doug in Japan. Hopefully he joins us tomorrow night on the night flight.
Totally.
Patty from Napa is a super. Thank you, Patty. I always appreciate the support. She says, apologies, but I have to drop. She has a doctor's appointment. She says, R.I.P. Robert Redford. Go to his early movies with Natalie Wood, too. And she says, and go Niners, 2-0, kids. So thank you very much, Patty, for the super. And Paulie, before the end of the show, and we're going to wrap here whenever we do, but I want to get Arkansas Dave's email, because he sent us pictures from a show recently that we have to show on the show, basically.
Sure, you want to bring them up right now?
No, because I want to get into the tush push first.
Okay, so let's go like this, Tony. Let's go tush push. I got a couple of Niner notes I want to share, and then we'll do the Arkansas Dave email, and then we can wrap, and we'll have some lunch. So start me off with your tush push. Give me everything you got. I think there's some stuff in bookmarks, right, about the tush push?
Well, as we spoke about yesterday, I don't think it should be legal. I don't think it's football. I think that it took, again, I was rooting for the Eagles on Sunday, but it took over the game to where if I was a Chiefs fan, I'd be losing my mind. And when I think about that, I think about the Niners are probably going to have to face the Eagles at some point this season in a high pressure game. And we're going to see that freaking play, and it's going to drive you bonkers. And could you imagine if the Niners, I don't know, chance to go to the Super Bowl hinges on a 4th down and they lose the game because of the tush push and don't go to the Super Bowl because of a play that shouldn't be legal? Could you imagine?
I hope that never happens, but it could. And, you know, it's crazy, Tony, because you and I think about how many years you've been watching football, dude. Right. You've seen a lot of football, and so have I. And I think I can actually say this pretty confidently. It's the only play I've ever seen in my life that is basically unstoppable. Like every time they run that play, it succeeds, or I would say 99 out of 100 times, maybe 98. It's been stopped once or twice, but I'd say 98% of the time it's a successful play. They can convert that. And that's the only play I can speak to in football where I say, like, that is a completely unstoppable play. There's nothing you can do defensively. Now, if the league wants to take a harder look at this, evidence is starting to pile up that not only is it, well, some people think it's not a football play at all, but on top of that, they line up. Here it is. I'll let you handle this, Tony. Explain what we're going to see here, because this is kind of the point I was going to make. Go ahead.
This is just one example of the tush pushes in the game against the Chiefs on Sunday, and just watch it. We'll let it run, and then we'll slow it down and stop it a few more times. So just watch how the entire Philadelphia offensive line is over the ball before the ball is snapped, which is essentially a false start, right? Or a neutral zone infraction, whatever you want to call it.
Offsides. Yeah, they're jumping off, dude. Right before the snap. Yep.
So look at.
That's 3 guys going before the ball snap. 3.
I got to credit that whoever that tight end is on the closest to us, he doesn't move. So good for him. But I mean, that is just outrageous. So Andy Reid and the Chiefs, like, okay, look at the ball hasn't been snapped yet.
You got 2 guys moving already. 2 guys are already starting to move. Yeah, which is illegal also. Yeah. Look at that. That is crazy. They're both offsides. Both of them. 3 of them.
I mean, like, what are we doing? Like,
well, and that's so, Tony, there was another thing I saw on Sunday night. It was like an aerial shot. It was a shot that they must have had a camera like literally up on the roof, and they shot straight down, or maybe it was done from a drone or one of those suspended cameras, but it was literally above the play. And there are other instances where they line up offsides. Like it's not even that they jump early. Multiple guys on the Eagles offensive line are simply lined up over the ball, which is another no-no, but the refs are not. That's a good look at it. That's a good look at it right there. Yeah, perfect. Look at this. I see 1, 2. It looks like there's 3 or 4 guys that are just lined up offsides on that play. You can't be lined up ahead of the ball.
So you want to talk about neutral zone? There is no neutral zone there. There's no neutral zone.
Point. Yeah.
Like tell me where the neutral zone is there. There's no neutral zone. Like we should be able to see the football, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Because nobody should be over the football.
Yeah.
The center maybe can be a bit over the football, but this is outrageous. And then you got Saquon Barkley and the backup tight end ready to push Jalen Hurts into the end zone. I mean, it's, I would love to see the Eagles play without that play. I mean, it'd be very interesting.
It would change the entire complexion of that team. It really would. It would really change a lot of their identity and what they do and what they can, what they can execute with that play. But again, what confounds me, Tony, is that the league had a chance to snuff this out. And they said, no, there it is. That's the one I was looking at. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Look where the line, the top of the line is where the ball is, and everyone's over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys lined up offsides, bro.
Well, dude, and Chris Jones is also offsides because he's over the ball.
Yep.
So, dude, what defenses have to do to try and combat this play is very bizarre. You see people trying to swat the ball. Remember last year in the playoffs, the Commanders were jumping over the line of scrimmage and getting penalties. 4 flags in a row. They had to do, it's just not football. It's just Bill Walsh must be rolling over in his grave right now, just being like, this is ridiculous. What do we do? You think Bob McKittrick would be a fan of this, Paulie?
No, hell no. You know what? I was just thinking when you said Bill Walsh, dude, Bill Walsh would probably be up around the clock finding a way to defend this thing, even though he's more of an offensive mind. I bet you he would have had his best people on this. Guys, find a way to stop this goddamn thing. It's a disgrace. By the way, Rags coming in with the comedy. The overhead look of the of this play, it looks like the orgy tent at Burning Man. Very good, Rags. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Well, there it is. So again, they had a chance to snuff it out. The owners approved it, which makes no sense to me, because if you're not the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, this thing is going to hurt you at some point. Right. But they all approved it. It's hard to wrap my head around why they would do that.
And Paulie, just because Rags is commenting on the show, I wanted to treat Rags to this. Look at this Cowboys fan. He goes to the game with a full-on Iron Man helmet that is a Cowboys helmet. Now watch what this helmet does. Okay, look at this guy. Watch this. Look at that. There you go.
Damn! Wow, I need one of those, bro.
Is that incredible, dude?
Only thing is, when I would like open up my safety hatch, I would probably be taking a few puffs instead of a deep draw. I might take a drink of beer too, but I wouldn't mind having one of those things open up when I puff and then slide it right back down. Very good. Very good.
Dude, shout out Tony Stark. I love Iron Man and Tony Stark. Great stuff. Oh shoot, are we still sharing here, Paulie, or we're not sharing anymore? I was gonna say while we were in there, I could have showed you we could have showed one other thing before we talk a little Niners ball, because again, that's just to show that the tush push is
Jennifer.
Oh, look at Joe. I was at the Giants game on Friday. Yeah, the only one they won, by the way. Yeah.
Well, when you have Joe in the house, when you have Joe and Jennifer in the house, good things happen, right?
By the way, the both of them look amazing. You're talking about like older people. I mean, not that he's old, but he's he's in his 60s, and I believe she is too. They look great. Joe and Jennifer for life, dude. Incredible. You know what I mean? Still the king and queen of the Bay Area, as far as I'm concerned. The king and queen of San Francisco. The city is yours, Joe. Yeah.
Oh, it's just the best. I love Joe for life. Oh man, God,
he looks good in a Giant jersey. He does.
He does look great. He does look great. So I wanted to show that too, Paulie, while we're at it. So,
all right. Well, then just a couple of quick Niner notes, and then we'll dismiss the class today. This is kind of a big deal. I assume a lot of you heard this, but just in case you didn't, this really kind of put things in perspective for me. With that win, the 49er win in New Orleans on Sunday, did you hear that Kyle Shanahan has been climbing up the ladder, as he should, and he is now the third winningest head coach in Niner history. And I'll give you some numbers here. George Seifert is the all-time win leader for a head coach with the Niner organization. He had 98 wins. Bill Walsh coming in second, 92 wins. And then here he comes, the kid, Kyle Shanahan, with that win on Sunday. Tony, that's number 72. Dude. And there's really no evidence that this relationship between Jed York and Lynch and Shanahan is going to end anytime soon. He is kind of becoming one of the longer tenured head coaches in the NFL, Shanahan, for one team. And so with that win, so he's 20 behind Bill Walsh. I got to think a couple of years, he's probably going to pass Bill Walsh if he stays in San Francisco, which is kind of puts it in perspective. He is going to be looked at as one of the great coaches in Niner history. Still needs that ring though, Tony. Got to have the ring. You can't come to San Francisco, win a bunch of games, and leave with that. You got to get that ring. That's what we ultimately judge you on here, I believe.
So there's no such thing as a perfect coach, right? And at the end of the day, the pros of Kyle Shanahan far outweigh any cons of Kyle Shanahan. And I applaud what he's done so far. Yes, he hasn't gotten the ring, but I look what he's done in his career with the 49ers. It's very impressive. He still has to beat the Chiefs. He may not even get the chance to beat the Chiefs this year because who knows what the Chiefs might not make the playoffs. Wouldn't that be amazing, by the way? God, just be incredible. But I just applaud the effort that Shanahan's done. Of course, people complain about his clock management. People complain about his play calling or, overuse of certain players. Of course, you can nitpick all you want, but he is a damn good coach. And when you look around the coaches in the NFL, I'll take him all damn day, to be honest with you. I really would. Think about all the coaches in the NFL. Who else would you want besides Kyle Shanahan?
No, I'm with you. I can't point to anybody else and say, I need that guy. Like, I'm happy with Shanahan. I just need to see him finish the job. And I'd like to see the one thing I've always had a hard time with Shanahan, as we do nitpick, is his ability to coach like in crisis moments. He has not shown that he can keep a steady hand, like in tight fourth quarter games, especially, I hate to say it, but especially in the Super Bowl, where this is a guy who was coaching a team. I hate even bringing this up because my blood pressure freaking skyrockets. But you think about the Garoppolo Super Bowl, we had a 10-point lead with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they couldn't hold the lead. And he's got Garoppolo throwing 60-yard passes downfield. I still don't get that. Why the Niners didn't just jam Raheem Mostert down their throats, get a couple of first downs on the ground. We're going home. Dude, we're going home. We're going to burn the clock for 8 minutes, and we're going freaking home. I'll see you on Market Street. I'll be the guy throwing confetti. Never happened. So I question some of the play calling, and I question like his ability to keep a level and cool head in those crisis moments. But aside from that, I'm pleased. I mean, how can you not be? We're a constant playoff presence. It's hard to be overly critical, but that's my one kind of nitpicky thing. What about you? If you had to pick one thing that kind of you want to see improve, what would it be?
His clock management. it seems like he kind of loses the clock sometimes and lets precious time tick away. But I also, if you want to get nitpicky, or I still fault Emmanuel Sanders for not selling out for that deep ball that Garoppolo threw. You're in the Super Bowl, dude, and you well, he's never going to get back now. But at the moment, who knows if you're ever going to get back. You sell out for that ball and show your quarterback and show your team also that you're selling out for that ball, trying to get the ring. Like that play, I've watched that play so many times. Yes, the ball was a bit overthrown, but also Garoppolo's thinking Emmanuel Sanders has some afterburners. I'm going to launch this thing.
Yeah, throw it out ahead of him. Let him go get it. Like Rice. That was what Joe used to do. Just throw it out ahead of Rice. Let him go get it. Yeah. Yep.
Exactly, dude. Mm-hmm. We're not saying Emmanuel Sanders is Rice, but we're saying sell out for the damn ball.
Yeah.
You had your DB beat. You had the coverage beat. The ball was about a yard deep. Just sell out, man. Who knows if you dive? Who knows? You might have grabbed it, but no. He just pulls up, and I'm like, I remember watching that live, and I was like, I had to leave the room for a second because I was like, we're in the Super Bowl here.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling out for that football. And then, of course, we can talk about the officiating, but you know what? That's nothing we can do about that. So that the clock management for me probably anything. But going back to the present day, 2-0 with a backup quarterback in week 2, with no Brandon Ayuk, with no George Kittle. I mean, with injuries. By the way, Jennings hurt again. By the way, and
well,
now,
yeah, 2 weeks in, of course. Well, yeah, he held out. He's not in football shape yet, man. He's not.
Now it's an ankle injury, so it could have been a freak thing that happened on Sunday. But dude, Jennings, man, anyways, it's just a bummer, major bummer, because he had a good game, 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And then I will say though, the one thing I do feel really good about is this kid Connor Colby. Barch is out now for I think 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain.
This is where Tony and I are locked in on the same cosmic wavelength as freaking usual. Dude, that's how I wanted to end the show today, actually, by talking about Connor Colby just for a quick minute. So why, dude, if you can, Tony, go back to bookmarks. It's a couple down. I put something in there last night. It kind of grades his performance on Sunday. The kid could not have done any better. This kid, and first of all, I don't know what it is, Tony. I've always had a soft spot. This is kind of weird admission, but I've always had a soft spot for Niner offensive linemen that wear the number 75. I'm a 75 guy. You know what I mean? I just like that number. Shout out to my guy Boone. Remember Alex Boone? Big Alex Boone wearing 75. He was a bruiser. Yeah, this is my guy. And Tony, do I see a mullet, bro? Am I looking at a freaking mullet right now, which makes me love him even more?
You know who he looks like, dude? He looks like Danny McBride from Eastbound and Down.
Nice. A little bit more physically fit Danny McBride. But shout out to McBride. I'm a McBride head. We can do a whole tribute show to him sometime. Yeah. But here he is. So this kid steps in for Ben. No, I'm serious, too. I'm not even kidding. I'll do a whole tribute show. And don't sleep on Righteous Gemstones. I'm telling you, it's everybody as good as Eastbound and Down. A little bit different, though. Anyway, Ben Barch is out. How long will he be out, Tony? 3-4 weeks?
4 to 6. His most recent thing I read was 4 to 6 weeks. But here's Nick Wagner says 49ers had a pass block win rate of 80.8% on Sunday. That was the 4th best among all teams playing yesterday, and their team as a team since the 2022 season finale in Vegas, 82.6%. Rookie Connor Colby stepped in for Ben Barch and had a clean sheet, 100% on 35 pass block sets. So that's all you can ask, man. And this kid's a rookie filling in. It's great. It's great news. It's
great news, and it bodes well for the future. You look at this Niner offensive line with this kid stepping in, Colby as a rookie, like Tony just said, and then there's Pooney, who's only a second-year guy. Like, I'm starting to like this offensive line. I really am. And, left guard, that's a prestigious spot to hold. I go back to Guy McIntyre, dude, with the donut around his neck, pulling guard, just coming up and blocking dudes for Roger Craig. I love that position. But anyway, I'm very happy with Connor Colby, and I know you were excited too. We're talking about launching a Connor Colby fan club. If anybody wants to join in, we need a treasurer, a president, and, a VP, and a publicist as well, if you want to line up some events. But anyway, I'm on board, dude. I'm a Colby head. Shout out CC, Connor Colby. Hit it, CC. You know what I mean? What was the name of that track? Talk dirty to me. Hit it, CC. Yeah.
What does he say? CC, pick up that guitar and talk to me.
And never forget, in my mind, I'm convinced of this, that when Brett Michaels goes home, You know how he's got like this new cowboy thing he's doing? This is a guy from Poison. He's got the cowboy hat, the bandana, and then like the long blonde hair. I mean, he's probably 65 years old. I maintain it's all one piece. Like when he goes home, he takes off the hat, but also the hair and the bandana come off, and he just like puts it on a post when he goes to bed. And then when he wakes up, he just puts it right back on. You feel me? I think that's what's going on. I maintain that. I don't know if it's true, but in my mind, it is.
I mean, if it is, I guess
One piece, Tony. It's a piece. Yeah.
Wow. If he's going that far,
yeah,
to
uphold his rock and roll credentials, right?
Yeah. Here, we'll let you be the judge.
Yeah.
Here you go. All right. So there's a bunch of different.
Yeah, no, it's all one thing. I'm telling you, it's all sewn in together. Like the hair is sewn to the bandana, which is sewn to the cowboy hat. You ever seen him without the hat? You ever seen him without the bandana for the last 20 years? I haven't. By the way, dude, I'm not being critical. You do what you got to do, Brett Michaels. You do what you got to do, man. But I do. That's how I envision it, Tony. He goes to bed. He takes a shower. He takes the entire piece off. Yeah.
Hey, before the show ends, I'm going to take control for a second, okay?
Sure.
And I'm going to do a couple things before we end the show. It's been a really fun Roby Tuesday show. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in and for checking out the show. We really, really, really appreciate it.
We love you guys. And we'll be getting together again soon. We have a couple of meetings set up where we're organizing the next PMP Familia event. You guys are going to be happy. So to express our happiness, we'll throw another party very, very soon. But, Tony, go ahead, buddy.
So our guy, Arkansas Dave, went and saw Loverboy.
Nice.
In the South.
Bro, look at the backdrop.
And so here's a closer
look at the backdrop.
He sent in these photos from the show, and look at the backdrop. Or I'll go to the group shot. I'll go to the bigger shot. And here, let me zoom in. And there it is. Arkansas Dave, you're the king for sending this in.
Oh, look at Big Mike over there, dude. Look at Mike center stage, man. He's coming in about clean 260, 270. He's really bulked up, Mike Reno.
Yeah.
Out of Canada, by the way. Shout out Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Yeah, they're a Canadian band. But, dude, I mean, talk about the fingers as the backdrop. That's awesome, man.
Incredible. So thank you, Arkansas Dave. It gets us back to Escobar's Cheeks. I should bring that back to the show, too.
And don't forget, we got to end every Friday with Escobar's Cheeks and the crossed fingers because everybody's working for the weekend, Tony. And thank you for that. Okay.
Well, hold on. I'm not done with commandeering the show. So, thank you, Escobar. There's your cheeks, and that's our tribute to Mike Reno and the cover of the Loverboy album, working for the weekend. But also, Paulie, I wanted to share Arkansas Dave. Then I also wanted to just mention earlier today, we talked about this before the show, P, and so I wanted to just make sure we mentioned it before we close the show that Greg Papa was back on the air today, and Paulie and I'll let you speak too, Paulie, but just. That's the best news possible that Greg's back on the air. He was very candid. I listened to the first few minutes of his show. He's very candid about his treatment and about how tough it's been. And he actually broke down in tears. And he talked about how his brother ended up being a perfect match for him to be I think it's the bone marrow transplant and stem cell transplant. So it's his brother is a perfect match. And just great news on the Greg Papa front that he's back on the air. And I don't know. I think he's going to stay out of Niner games. I think he didn't say anything about the Niner games when I listened, but just wanted to just pass that on to everybody that, people have asked about Papa and people have asked me just, quote unquote, on the streets, Paul, hey, do you know anything about Greg? And I'm like, you know what? He's taking some time to himself and he's being very private about it, which I respect, but he came out today on the air and was very candid today, and it was really, really good to hear his voice back on the air. And he's growing the Papa beard. He said he's not cutting the beard, and he also said the reason why he started growing the beard is because when you are doing chemotherapy, if you can't use a razor, you can only use an electric shaver if you want to shave your face, because if you nick yourself and get any sort of infection, it could be the final blow. So anyways, he's got the Papa beard and he sounded good, but he did sound, like he had been through a lot, and he has to go through a lot of treatment in November when he goes through the stem cell and bone marrow transplant in November. But it's just great to hear his voice, and I just wanted to pass that on. That's all.
I appreciate the update. I'll send him a text later on today, actually, and send him my best, our best, and let him know our audience, too. Just looking at the board right now, you see a lot of love coming out for Greg Papa, and there should be. This guy will be in the Radio Broadcast Hall of Fame someday.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's in the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame, but he will be. If he's not, he probably already is. Legend. The guy's a freaking legend. He's done it all. Giants, Warriors, Raiders, Niners. I mean, he's as accomplished as a sports broadcaster can be. And Tony, you basically said everything on behalf of both of us. But Greg, just know that we love you, man. We do love you. And it was great to get you back on the mic today doing what you do. And yeah, dude, grow the beard, man. Garcia and Papa, you know what I mean? Let that thing fly. Dude, let the top go too. I'd say, Greg, don't even stop at the beard. Go full on hippie Jeremiah Johnson like Robert Redford up in the mountains. But we love you. We love you, Greg. And just keep doing what you're doing. Don't overextend yourself. And if you need anything from me, from Tony, from our audience, just let us know. We'd be happy to assist you in any way possible. We love you, Greg. Onward and upward, buddy. Thank you for that, Tony. Great way to end the show.
Well, I'm loving all the comments too. People are chiming in. Aaron Cask saying it was really inspiring to see him today, and Mark Gravy saying miss Papa doing play-by-play for the Warriors. Yeah, dude, he was great for the Warriors. Sleepy Floyd is Superman. But Paulie, I wanted to shift from there to just end on kind of a comedic note. Sure. After we just gave mad love to our guy Greg Papa, if you'll indulge me for a second, earlier in the show we talked about Mr. Joshua, and I felt like we should probably just enjoy a little bit of the scene from Lethal Weapon. That's Mel Gibson, who's got his hands tied up. He's been captured. And Mr. Joshua, here we go.
Quick question before you roll tape. I just had an idea. Now, Tony and I have been talking about different concepts for Halloween. One of the ideas we have is we could be the Beastie Boys. As long as I'm Mike D, that's all I need. I want to be Mike D. You could be Horowitz. You could be MCA. It's up to you. Or here's plan B. Dude, I walk around with my hands tied, shirtless, and you just follow me around with two big sponges. You know what I mean? You just and like, hey, who are you guys? Mel Gibson and Gary Busey from Lethal Weapon. And every now and again, Tony, just dump some water on my face and hit me with the sponges. I'm in. If you want to pull that off, I'm in. Yeah.
I'll wear a blonde wig. I'll get some like bigger front teeth.
Oh, huge ass teeth. Talk to Dr. Young about extensions, dude. I don't even think they exist. Dr. Young, I'm doing Gary Busey for Halloween. Can I get tooth extensions, please? And I'll just be walking around like this, tied up, dude. Tied up. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best. All right, here we go. Stand by.
Son of a bitch.
Hit him again. That's all he needs, dude. Hit him again, dude.
I think Busey swings him at one point.
Oh, just pushes him. Yeah, swinging him like a pendulum. Yeah. See, Busey. Okay, that's enough, dude. We shouldn't be showing torture like at the end of our show. Yeah, from the Greg Papa tribute, just some quick torture footage we have. Dude, how about when Busey touched him and he got a little shock? He's like, ow. Dude. All right, dude. Only you and I find comedy in the torture scenes. You know what I mean? That's how Tony and I roll. We see a guy getting tortured. We're like, like laughing. But you know what it is, dude? It's Busey. It all goes back to Busey. And that guy, dude, the guy with the freaking Fu Manchu, the guy doing the shocking, damn. I don't want any part of that guy coming at me with sponges. Tony coming at me with sponges, I can bear that, but not the other guy, dude. All right. Wow, I didn't know we were going to go down the torture road today, but it was good. I hope it was good for all of you too. A little torture. I know, Low C, I didn't expect it, bro. I did not expect that. I really did. Hit him again, dude. Poor freaking Mel Gibson taking it on the chin. All right, listen, thank you, Dr. Matt Young. We love you. Do you do tooth extensions? It's a good question. You'll find out, Tony, on Thursday if you can extend those teeth for your Gary Busey tribute. 415 392-8611 or email Dr. Young anytime about an appointment, any questions you have, insurance questions, or just tell him you want to switch dentist. I mean, it'd be the best move you ever made. Trust me. info@youngdentalsf.com. Open weekdays 8 to 7, Saturdays 8 to 4. He will accommodate you in your schedule. He is the best at what he does, and he's also the president of the American Academy of Implants here in the good old US of A. Also want to thank Carlos De La Fuente at Flex Funding. Los D's hanging out with us right now. Los D, Halloween has got to be me as Mr. Hand, Tony is Mr. Hand, and me is Spicoli. Done. That's another option, too. Right here, dude. Who ordered the double cheese and sausage? Right here, dude. All right. Also, only if Los D is Mike Damone.
Oh,
What do you think of that? Los D in the 5-point plan.
Who ordered the double cheese and sausage?
Or the pizza guy, you mean? You be the pizza guy? Sure. A lot of options. We got time. We got a month and a half on that. All right. Also, Carlos De La Fuente can handle all of your money questions, all of your money concerns, or if you want to pull a maneuver off, like investigate a HELOC loan, maybe just have a money loan, private money loan. He's your guy. Carlos is your guy. So talk to him, have an open conversation with him, realistic and honest, and let him kind of guide you and advise you into a better financial reality. Reach out and have that initial conversation today. Very easy guy to talk to. Break the ice. Talk some Niner football. Say, go like this. Go like, hey, Carlos, what do you think of Coach Shanahan? And then just sit back and let him go. And then he's like, and then when you're done with that, you can ask him your financial questions. 925-250-4894. We love Carlos. Carlos at myflexnow.com. Tony, love you too. And all of y'all out there, Don Peralta, Los D, Rags in Jersey, Anthony Merkovich, right on down the line. Hold on. Gravy is coming in here for, it looks like a super. Hold on. Throw up Gravy real quick before we wrap today, T. What's he got?
Yeah, look at Gravy. He's become a PMP VIP member for 4 months. Atta boy, Gravy. Thank you for the support. He says, at Polymax Particles, you can be Ozzy and Tony as Sharon.
Oh, nice guy. Ozzy, go back to your room now, Ozzy. Poor Sharon. Hope she's doing all right out there. I sent her a little love note over the weekend. I saw she was like, she posted something, I think, for the first time since Ozzy passed. And I was like, Sharon, we love you. Hope you're doing okay out there. So, yeah, man, I mean, hey, got to keep that Ozzy memory alive. Thank you, Gravy. Always a pleasure, brother. All right, Tony, take us home, buddy. Let's have some lunch. Give me Professor Diamond David Lee Roth. We will dismiss this classroom of eager minds.
Class dismissed.
Beautiful. The guy's the best. Crossfade for life. Dude, when he dies, when Creative Tony dies some days, I'm going to go to his gravestone and go like, let me help you out with the etching on this thing. I wanted to say Creative Tony, born on this day, passed away on this day. And I'm going to write like in quotes, master of the crossfade. And I'll have like an illustration like this. I'll just be sitting there like this. Creative Tony, you're the best at what you do. We love you. And Cody, Marcel, Noemi, all of y'all, thanks for supporting the show. Aaron Cask, Badges, you know how it goes. Joy P, we love you guys. Marcel, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're taking our night flight. We'll do it at 8 o'clock. Come on by. We always have a great time. Get a little glass of something, and have an adult beverage as we take you deep into the Wednesday evening. Creative Tony, have a great Tuesday. Go Giants in the desert. I hope they can find a pulse today, and we'll go over all of it tomorrow night on the night flight, y'all. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by today. We love you guys. Take it easy.
Paulo, cheers. Let's go undecided, as in the Giants for tonight. It's undecided on the mound. So go Giants and go undecided. We'll see what happens.
Okay, count me in. I'll be there, Tony. Thanks, y'all. See you tomorrow night, everybody. Peace.
You guys, peace.